mostly following the ridges of the central mountain spine connecting rebellious southern Judea with his home province of Samaria to the north. It was a largely convenient and secure road, but in the section just before them it descended into a deep ravine formed by a stream, which was narrow and winding. This was the only section of the road considered hazardous, given its vulnerability to ambush and bandit attacks. Apollonius gestured, and a servant hurried from behind the carriage, leading the governor's horse. "Prepare yourself and the wagon," Apollonius commanded as he mounted his horse from the slowly moving carriage. Helios stared at his master in astonishment. "Bandits would never dare attack us, master." "We are not facing bandits, but priests. Never underestimate the enemy," replied Apollonius, and turning his attention to Tario, he continued, "From what we know of the leader of the rebels, he is taking up the torch lit by his father, the priest. I have no intention of providing him with his first great victory." "What do you want us to do?" asked Tario. "Should we set up our night camp here, north of the ravine crossing?" "If we do that, they can organize during the night and prepare a deadlier ambush for us tomorrow. No, we cross today, even if we have to complete the crossing in the dark. Ensure that everyone is prepared for fighting, even if the esteemed gentlemen think we are just out on a field trip," Apollonius said, jerking his head back at his force, at the Hellene citizens. The force he commanded included 600 warriors and many clerks and slaves, 200 regular garrison troops, 200 local Samaritan auxiliaries, and a similar number of Hellene citizens, Greco-Macedonian descended residents of Samaria who were recognized citizens of the polis of Samaria. The Greco-Macedonian citizens showed conspicuous lack of discipline. They did not maintain formation, conversed loudly, and laughed at the top of their lungs. Beside them walked their slaves, carrying their personal equipment, weapons, and shields. Tario smiled. "When push comes to shove, we can rely on them more than on all the others. They were all veteran soldiers before they were settled in Samaria." Yes, grumbled the governor, unconvinced. "Take your citizens, cavalry and infantry, and advance before us in the vanguard. If you run into an ambush, show me your mettle, and fight as you know so well." Apollonius fell silent for a moment and inspected Tario. The man was an extremely experienced warrior. He would not let him down. With his veteran soldiers, he could overcome any ambush. "Concentrate the wagon train in the back and secure it with a detachment of infantry," Apollonius continued to outline the plan. "I, together with the rest of the force, will advance behind you. If there are no other surprises, we will continue advancing until we ascend from the ravine, and that is where we will camp for the night. Send all of your officers and commanders to me. We hold council. The field trip is over. We are now entering enemy territory." Tario rode to the vanguard of the column's cavalry screen and gestured at them to advance. As soon as they broke away from the column, he ordered an increase of the pace. Tario wanted to make it through the ravine before darkness descended. The infantry company also advanced rapidly, just behind the cavalry screen in a measured trot, trying to keep up with the cavalry preceding them. The path wound down the mountains into the deep and winding ravine, clinging to the mountain slope. Sometimes the road rose as if it was trying to climb the mountain, and sometimes it descended once again, clinging to the root of the dry streambed. Here and there, small pools of stagnant water still lurked, evidence of the water that had flowed in the stream in the winter. The many winding and twisting turns of the path troubled him. They blocked his field of view and provided many possible ambush sites. The possibility of a surprise attack on them from the top of the mountain endangered them and further complicated the situation. Apollonius was right to send part of the force ahead, he thought. They approached another sharp leftwards turn in the ravine.